What's up, everyone? How we doing out there, Hammer Nation? This is Blades of God from Hammer Bros Gaming, coming at you with our new project. I'm going to be attempting to get through all of the Halo games on the LASO or LASO difficulty setting. LASO stands for Legendary All Skulls On, and what that means is that you're playing through the campaign on Legendary difficulty with every difficulty modifier activated. The biggest ones that you need to pay attention to are, in Halo 1 anyway, are the malfunction skull, which will cause a certain element of your heads-up display to be gone every time you start or every time you die and restart. The iron skull causes you to restart the entire campaign level if you die solo, and if you're in co-op, it just sends you back to the nearest checkpoint. Easy workaround for that is that as soon as you die, you hit start, save and quit, and then resume. You will see me do that, and that's probably where you'll see some cutouts and fades, because I'm not good enough to run this without dying, so we'll be using every trick and tip and strategy we can think of to get through this. So here we go. Get out of the cryopod, we're heading through the door, we jump over these pipes here, and we're going to go through this door. You want to be careful because there is a little bit of an explosion, so hang back. Oh, right there. There's that explosion. So watch out for the fire on the right, as that will hurt you. Go through these doors, right back up, because there's another explosion right there. And because of the boom skull that's active, the force and radius of all explosions are doubled. So that's that causes a lot of damage. So we're going to go through under that door, take a right, do not lollygag and turn around like I just did, because you will get damaged. Don't go past the door like I did, because again, you'll take extra damage, and in LASO difficulty, you really cannot afford any more damage than you absolutely need to take. Run through here, jump over that guy. Basically, we're heading to Captain Keyes right now. If you've never played through Halo before, then I don't know where you've been, because Halo is probably one of the most defining shooters of, the last couple generations of game consoles, but it's easy to get turned around, so just kind of pay attention to this video to keep track of where you're supposed to go. While this cutscene plays through, I'll talk about a few other things that we're going to do. So like I said, you will see some cutouts and fades and transitions throughout the videos. That is when I've either died or got stuck and had to revert to a previous checkpoint. Don't be afraid to do that. Like I said, I am not good enough to make it through these levels without dying like some of the people that you see on YouTube are, but I wanted to make a video that shows anybody can complete LASO with, enough patience and dedication. And that's what we're going to do. This video is just going to be for the first level of Halo Combat Evolved, which is called the Pillar of Autumn. A few other skulls to note. Foreign means the foreign skull is on, which means that you can't use any Covenant weaponry, which means no plasma sticky grenades, which is awful, but even worse is that there's no plasma pistol, so that means no noob combo, no overcharged shot, and then headshot on elites. Also, the black eye skull means that you only get your shield back when you melee an enemy, and the iron skull means that every time you die in solo, you have to restart the entire level that you are on. In co-op, it's a little more forgiving because it means that you just get sent back to the last checkpoint. Anyway, it's still very doable. It's just a matter of taking your time, paying attention, and picking your shots. So, let's get to it. Captain Keyes gives you a pistol, which has no ammo in it, so I guess he expects you to club all the aliens on his ship to death. But you move through here, take your time, because if you move too quickly, you will not pick up the invisible ammo that's on the floor. If you go too quick, the ammo won't spawn. So you can see I'm kind of waiting, and I move up into this first hallway where there's enemies. I think I still moved too quickly, so I am going to double back and make sure that I didn't spawn in the enemies without the ammo, because that would be very bad. But here it is, we've got the ammo, so we are good to go. Now you want to take your time and kind of eke out around the side here, and boom, that was a headshot on a grunt, and there it caused an explosion, killed its other two buddies, and now you want to back away because those grunts will get flung around, and you do not want to get caught in those explosions. Head across the hallway, hang out to the right until the plasma fire dies down, head into the mess hall, grab yourself an assault rifle, head to the right, jump over this table, look for this little hole in the wall, hide here, and you're going to wait for some enemies to come in from the left. Run over, give them a smack to get your shields back as you keep running, Don't slow down. Gonna head out into the hallway, grab the ammo there, back up. Don't miss that health pack. Keep running down here. There's going to be an elite in a tunnel up ahead. So keep on moving. We're going to take a right here. There's the elite. Give him a back smack. That's going to get you the assassination. Quickly pop all 3 of these Marines in the head. The reason we do that is because hopefully they're going to drop some frag grenades for us, which we'll need for a later part of the mission, so you want to hold on to those for the time being. I actually messed myself up by not saving them. I use them too early, and I'll show you how to get past the very difficult part later on. So we're going to kind of sneak around, find those grunts. This one Marine that I didn't kill blocks not 1, 2, but 3 of my shots. You'll see a 3rd shot that's blocked in just a moment. Right there. Take out the elite, the grunts, and as you can see, they're caused a chain reaction. It's still going. You saw another grunt come flying out, and that entire area should be clear. I'm a little hesitant because I don't know if it got everybody, but sneak forward, and we are good. Grab yourself an overshield. There's 2 in here, so grab one of them. And to the right of that escape pod, there's some ammo. You can grab that if you need it. I wait until I clear out this next area, and then I double back for it. You'll see that in just a moment. This hallway has 2 elites and a grunt, and ideally what you want to do is sneak around the corner until you can see the grunt, pop a headshot on him, which I miss, and then I try desperately to get the headshot. Can't do it, get frustrated, and you're going to see what happens when you get frustrated on LASO difficulty. So I move to the side, try to preserve my overshield a little bit, take my time, wait for the shooting to die down, move back into the doorway, throw a grenade, hoping to take out or at least weaken a couple of the elites. No, nothing doing. So I decide to switch to my assault rifle and fire a few rounds downrange just out of frustration. Doesn't do anything, so I throw another frag grenade down there, wasting the frag grenade that I was going to need for later in the level. Still no score, no medal, so I know that everyone's still alive. Eventually, the grunt does waddle his way forward, hit the headshot, he dies, explodes, takes out his elite friends. You see the score and the medals pop up, so you know they're dead. I take my time, give it a good check just to be sure. Yep, everyone's dead. Turn around and double back. I realize that my shields are really low, so I go back into the drop pod, the escape pod, and get that other overshield, which is earlier than I would like, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do in LASO. So you'll see I'm checking in the corners. The explosions from the grunts can cause ammo that's dropped by your allies to fly into the corners of the geometry, and that can be both ammo, weapons, and grenades. So I was looking for frag grenades because I already used the 2 that I had. Didn't find any, so we're moving forward with what we have. Half health, full overshield, and no grenades. Could be a lot worse, right? Slow down there so you get your checkpoint, move forward, and here I see that my Marine buddies are in a firefight, so I come down this hallway and I'm hoping to see a grunt, which doesn't happen, so I double back and I'm figuring, do I go over there and help them? Do I come down here and wait? And all I see is a bunch of elites, and I really don't want to mess with them, so I double back again because I'm indecisive, can't make up my mind, and all of a sudden I start hearing some things dying, and I'm like, well, let's see what happened down here. Explosions going off, and more explosions, and I'm just thinking, oh boy, what's going on? So I come out, and here you'll see me a little confused. I sneak around the corner. What? No enemies? Wow, you guys managed to kill everything. That's awesome. So, come down here, you can see there's some grunts, and here again, I panic. I missed my first shot, and rapidly fired some precious magnum ammo, which I was just foolish on my part. That grunt tried to stick me, missed, back way up as far as you can, because again, that boom radius is going to mess you up if you don't. Trying again to kill one of these grunts to get a chain reaction going, they throw another frag, back it up again, and finally, I get a headshot. I think, oh good, that ought to take care of those 3 grunts, so I move ahead confidently, and, oh, well, yeah, okay, looks good. Looks good. So I double back on myself here, because I'm hoping that the Marines that died dropped me some grenades. You can see that I'm taking my time, I'm looking in the corners, looking along the walls, anywhere that the grenades or ammo could get hung up in the geometry. Doesn't look like there's anything here, so we hop over the barrier and we continue on our... Keep moving down the hallway. You're going to hang a right. There'll be a health pack on the wall, so go ahead and grab that if you are needing it. I did, so you're going to keep going down, take a left and a right through these doors. Keep following the path. You're going to come upon a hallway here with a couple of ways you can go. I head all the way down towards the end where the explosions are. So you're going to see I get a headshot there on a grunt, takes him out, and I'm thinking, oh boy, those guys are done because that elite came through, and somehow one of the Marines managed to survive, at least for a moment, because I need grenades, and I was hoping he had some, and he didn't. So, sad that Marine died for nothing. I murdered him. I own that. Desperately looking around, I decide to close on this grunt to melee him to get my shields back, only to realize as I'm about to hit him that I had overshields, and I actually lost shields in that exchange. So that was definitely a mistake. Pay attention to what you have for shields, and you'll save yourself a lot of headache. So, here we go again. I poke my head around the corner. I expose myself a little too much. You just want to inch around just until you can see your enemies and start shooting, because the less of you that's exposed, the less likely you'll get spotted, and the less likely you'll get hit when they shoot at you. So, never be afraid to back up if you get into a bad firefight. Back up, wait a few moments. The enemies will reset and kind of lose the aggro on you, and that's what I did there. I backed up, and then I snuck back around the corner, and I panicked because there was tons of explosions. That elite came flying at me, and I'm still a little confused as to what's happening because there's explosions still going off, and this is the second escape pod where the Covenant are boarding the Pillar of Autumn through, and I'm looking around like, where is everyone? Only to realize that that massive chain reaction of exploding grunts took out not only that first room, but the second hallway worth of enemies. So I'm looking around, still can't find any grenades. RNG is just not being my friend today and giving me what I need. So I go in, grab another overshield, double back, look again for more grenades because I am desperate. That part that we need grenades for is coming up and I still don't have any. Grab some ammo, come around the corner here, and I'm going to go under this door. I'm taking my time because I expect enemies to be popping out. Look around, there they are. I try to take a headshot, decide, let's see if I can get a better vantage point. Come around the corner, down this hallway. Let's backsmack this elite. And then we're going to try and pick off a headshot on a grunt, which I didn't get. So I'm going to, again, back up, wait a second, then come forward, creep around the corner till I find it. Boom, there's your headshot. Back up a little bit just in case any grunts get tossed down that hallway from the force of the explosion. One of the weird things about the Pillar of Autumn level is that due to the load zones or maybe the geometry, the layout of the level, if you're too far away from a grunt when you get your headshot, they won't necessarily explode right away. So if you see the metal and the score pop up but you don't see an explosion, advance with caution because the grunt might explode as you get closer. Anyway, so this room, basically, again, we took out a couple of grunts, and their explosion took out the rest of the enemies. Grab that health pack on the wall if you need it. I only had about half health there, so I did. You can always leave that stuff and double back if you absolutely need to. So we're going to go up this up this ramp, jump up onto the platform, do a crouch jump, which is clicking your crouch button in midair to bring up your feet to clear higher obstacles. And just ignore the enemies and run into this little, I call it a hangar, it's not really a hangar, but this side room. And the enemy shouldn't follow you from the room with the stairs. I have had it happen before, but I think it's because I took too long. You're going to want to creep around, try to find a grunt, pick off a headshot if you can, wait for the explosion. And rinse and repeat. You're going to be hearing me say that a lot. That explosion did a pretty good job. We have another grunt who's trying to be a hero and coming after us. That's probably not a great idea on his part. So take your time, pick your shots. It's going to take some getting used to because Halo's such a fun run and gun game on lower difficulties that taking your time and picking your shots and being very cautious can take some getting used to. So we're going to come around this corner. Usually if anything is survived, you're going to want to, it's going to run back into this dark room. So again, you want to find the grunts, pick a headshot or pick the shots that you can get. You can see I'm pretty, I have no shields, I'm low on health, and this part right here is the difficult room I've been talking about. See, this is a very long hallway with 2 elites and a grunt and very little cover to try and close the gap. Ideally, this is kind of an ideal situation where the grunt is in a perfect spot to hurt both the elites, and I finished off one of them with a few pistol rounds. If that doesn't happen for you, what you want to do is use some grenades, throw them down there to get the elites to roll out of the way, and close the gap. Start smacking at them, because every time you hit one of them, you get your shields back. Basically, you're looking to get into a boxing match with the elites. Anyway, once the elites are down, you're going to go ahead and move up the hallway here. Going to come to another long hallway with 3 grunts at the end, so go ahead and get yourself a headshot. I did get one, saw the explosion, figured they all must be dead, but turns out that the 2 grunts just ran away. So I move up and see the 2 grunts come back, so I try to get another headshot, only the screen's shaking, so I miss it. 1 grunt closes on me, so I duck into this little escape pod. Hey, let's fire some more assault rifle down there, why not? Waiting, we're going to find right there. There's the headshot, wait for the explosion, and there it is. Still waiting because I was waiting for that second explosion, which either I missed or it didn't register, whatever. We're good, so we're moving forward. Alright, so we're going to go into these tunnels. They're very, very dark. You want to turn on your flashlight for this part. And just like that, click on your flashlight and you're going to want to go left. Then you're going to want to go right, and then you're going to want to go left and right again. Now, I like to turn off my flashlight here because I feel like I've had the enemies notice me. You'll notice that there was a transition there because I died at this point and had to cut to a different attempt. You might want to run out and hit that grunt there, but I wouldn't recommend it. Hang a right, go all the way to the end, and take this roundabout way. What this is going to let you do is kind of circle around the enemies, run past that first door, and there's almost always an elite standing here. You want to backsmack him to get the assassination, then you're going to come back up here. I hide in this corner and kind of wait to see if anybody saw me, and if they do, they'll either come through the door you're right next to or the door where you assassinated the elite. I see that it's clear, so I decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to pick off a grunt. He's back too, but I still get the headshot. See another grunt down here, a little too late to get that shot, so I back up because I'm expecting to get bum rushed by enemies, which doesn't happen. So the enemies are being very, very cautious this time around. Come out this way to the left, again looking for that one grunt that I can get a chain reaction going. Not happening, so sneak out a little more. There he is, but somehow my shot hits the elite instead of the grunt. Not what you're looking for. Come down here, find that grunt sitting just in the doorway, back way up, and this is what I'm talking about. You saw the headshot badge pop up, which is why I have scoring on as well. The scoring allows you to know when you get a kill because the medals will pop up and the score will pop up to show that you've gotten a kill. And that explosion right there was from that first grunt that I killed, but I backed up too quickly so the explosion didn't register right away. Anyway, back into it. I took out that grunt with the assault rifle and come down here. I'm low on health, but I know there's a med pack there, so I just rushed this elite. And again, one-on-one elites aren't all that tough because with the Black Eye Skull, you do get your shields back every time you melee. So you can basically, as long as you keep your reticle trained on the elite, you can just beat him down and beat him to death, which is what I do there. And the second elite was nice enough to wait until I could finish killing his friend before he came out to play. But doing a little bop and shoot here. Got him dead, and I'm gonna reload both the guns. Come down here, and now I'm just again searching for grenades, ammo, health, anything that's going to be of use. I saw there was a couple of Marines in this area, so I figured I'd check for anything that could be helpful. Don't find anything because again, it's LASO and RNG is just not being my friend today. Come down here, all of a sudden you're in this cryo room, you're gonna go right through it. You don't want to stop. You will get a checkpoint there, so if you need to pause, save, quit, and resume, you'll have a nice checkpoint after all that difficulty. Head right through the explosion and just dive right into this elite. Just start meleeing him, shooting him, do whatever you gotta do to get him dead. For some reason that big explosion doesn't even hurt him. He just hangs out in it like, hey, no big deal, I got this. So we come down here, and you want to stay in this hallway because behind you in that burnt out room there's a few grunts and there's going to be some explosions that happen. Those explosions can kill you and it will kill the grunts. So wait until you're sure the grunts are dead. And as you can see they are. Go through this door here. It's dark again, so make sure you pop on your light. Now as you come around the corner there's a grunt standing there which you can use to get your shields back if you need to smack him and get your shields and back around the corner. Once he's dead, you do want to back around the corner really quickly, though, because that explosion in this hallway will kill you. There's a second grunt down the hall that you see the blood splatter there from, and that chain reaction from the grunt birthday party, grunt funeral skull, will take care of that second grunt. So keep on heading through the access ways. You're going to see a firefight ahead of you. You're going to want to actually go to the left in the tunnel and go through this next door where you see some barricades. Try to pop a headshot on the grunts and get that nice chain reaction going. That'll hopefully clear out quite a few of the enemies. Turn back around, go back to the first door that you saw, and just take your time. If you see any more grunts, go ahead and try to grab those headshots to make your life a lot easier. You'll see that explosion actually hurt both those Marines. To the right, there's a med pack, so I run ahead and grab it because, as you can see from the malfunction skull, I don't know how much health I have at the moment. Head further into the level. Find a couple of more grunts. That was a nice headshot, which is going to lead to an explosion. Unfortunately, it didn't kill his buddy there, but a few more shots from the Magnum takes him down. Head down this hallway, and just want to wait, make sure all the explosions have happened. And this is another very long hallway without a lot of cover. Grenades, if you had any, this would be a good place to use them. I get pretty fortunate and managed to I don't know how I managed to hit that grunt with all the elites around it, but I hit the grunt, he died, took out all of his friends there behind the barrier. Come down this way, you take a right through that door. I'm just being thorough at this point. Again, I find one random grunt by himself. Don't know what he was doing over there, but had to get rid of him. Couldn't leave any stragglers behind. And we still have some Marines alive, which, you know, I don't know how often I've played through this, but I don't think I've seen the Marines alive there at that point. So, good job, guys. So anyway, again, I'm just being thorough, searching for a med pack, searching for frags, ammo for either the Magnum or the assault rifle. Just doing my due diligence here to make sure I didn't leave anything useful behind. And again, I understand that this can be a little bit confusing because a lot of the level layout looks very, very similar to other parts. I've actually gotten turned around myself in this. And here we are at the very end. So there's a bunch of grenades here finally, and you could start throwing them down range to cause chain reaction. I throw one there. I did manage to get a grunt, which killed some of the enemies. A few grenades down there will take out some others. And there's one more grunt. I think there's one more grunt. Oh, nope, that explosion got him. Alright, and when you hear Cortana say there's a last lifeboat leaving, that's your cue. Jump over the barrier, head down here, cutscene will take over, and we are good to go. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I am Blades of God from Hammer Bros Gaming. Next time we're going to tackle the level Halo on Halo Combat Evolved on LASO difficulty. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, everyone.